As you may remember recently, you had the Democrat nominee for the mayor of New York, Mamdani, coming in on a wave of leftist populist energy and really anti-Israel rhetoric, right? That was another large part of it. But it's not just New York now. We also have Minneapolis as well in Minnesota. Now, but before we talk about who the new candidate, also just to say, the Democrat system in Minnesota seems to be a little bit irregular. So what you have here is this wasn't a primary. It's not like he is the Dems' choice, but he gained enough votes for them to endorse him. But even though this guy who is currently the mayor, and also a member of the Democrat Party, as you can see here, Minnesota Democratic Family.
That's the current mayor of Minnesota.
This is the current mayor of Minneapolis, yes.
Is Jesse the Body Ventura territory? Wasn't he the mayor of Minneapolis? Is that right?
He was a governor, wasn't he?
Oh, governor.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, that's right. He was. Yeah, he was governor. That's right.
So this is the current mayor.
Right.
And Jacob Frey, and I felt like we should talk about him a little bit because Jacob has been doing wonders over the years as mayor for the progressive cause of politics. You can see here from 2023, it says this is a great day for Minneapolis. Everybody should have this access, no matter their immigration status, and he's proud to see this bill pass the Senate. So licenses for unauthorized immigrants. And you can see here, this is obviously him literally crying in a mask at George Floyd's funeral.
Okay.
Wow, that is a well, that is a confluence of vectors there, isn't it? Crying on his knees, George Floyd in a mask. I mean,
he ticked every box.
Yes.
Shuddering with tears. It's definitely not performative.
Shaking, literally shaking. So what you have,
I mean, it's good that he's taking the fentanyl crisis seriously. I mean, there is that.
I don't think he really got round to that, actually, funnily enough. But this was another one that was just totally bewildering. It's today at City Hall, we celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the DACA program, a program vital to hundreds of thousands of young people.
What is the DACA program?
I'll come to it in just a second. The Minneapolis we know and love today was built by immigrants, and our city continues to protect and support immigrant children and neighbours. Now, I'm just asking questions here, but I do wonder if the immigrants from Somalia and Eritrea, because all immigrants are just immigrants, right? The quality of them doesn't differ on where they come from. If they would have been able to build that very lovely 19th century...
Well, presumably if I were to go to Eritrea or Somalia, every time I walked inside a building, it would look like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. They also...
I mean, I've never been, so I don't know. I mean, maybe.
You've never seen the Eritrean Michelangelo?
No.
Oh.
No, I haven't actually.
Neither have I. But you asked me what DACA was, so let's talk about it. DACA was an Obama-era program, and as you can see here, it's the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, allowing young immigrants to grow up in the United States to seek temporary protection, and it goes on to say that it's already transformed the lives of more than 834,000 young people. So presumably, we're nearly 1 million illegal children who have just been able to, through this initiative, basically be shielded by the law and continue to live without fear of deportation.
I see in the second paragraph it then discloses that it's talking about undocumented immigrants.
Yes.
For some reason that is a thing, like undocumented shoppers are just, stealing stuff, undocumented fornicators. We don't want to say rapists or anything. We have to use these euphemisms at all time.
Yes. But, I can't speak to the fornicators, but the mayor was definitely in favour of the illegal immigrants.
Right.
Okay. He was definitely in favour of that, and he really went to bat for it. This Immigrant Heritage Month, we celebrate the thousands of immigrants who now call Minneapolis home. This month and every month, we recognise their strength, courage, and invaluable contributions to our city. And so he was also, it's not just the African immigrants as well. I won't play this because I honestly can't bear to watch it again. But the Minneapolis mayor signed a resolution allowing Islamic call to prayer to be broadcast daily, just forever. 5 days a week from the mosques in Minneapolis.
So personally, I find this cringy. However, he's presumably doing it because it is necessary to lock in, immigrant support, Islamic support. So, I mean, at least he's doing it because it secures his. Because you can have a career as a mayor for decades.
Mm.
So at least he's doing all of this so that he will be the mayor for well into the 2040s or whatever.
It's the Rayner gambit.
Yeah,
but they won't vote for him. I mean, is he Jewish?
Yes.
Right, so the Muslims won't vote for him.
Right.
Once they've got a block of their own.
No.
They certainly won't vote for him.
Well, yeah, but he's done everything necessary in order to lock in this position for years ahead.
It won't work, will it?
Everything.
Well, he's done all the pandering.
He's done all the pandering, but is he Somalian? That's the question. Right. Is he Somalian?
That's what I mean. It's like the Rayner gambit. It won't work.
No.
It might work for maybe one election.
Right.
Before they realise, oh no, we'll just vote for our own guy.
So who's the other guy?
Well, we'll get to him in just a second.
Oh, right, okay.
As you can see here, let's just focus on Frey a little bit longer. So here is him trying to win.
Somali Anulato! Somali Anulato!
I wonder what his rabbi thinks about this. What are they going to say at Temple?
Oh, this is really damaging my cringe-o-meter.
I'm afraid this is truly an example of civilization being incommunicable, right? So, have you run out of Coke, Dan?
Yeah, I need another line or two for this. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So
Coke isn't going to cut it. We need some Coke.
So we can yell, "Long live Somalia!" The Jewish man can yell, "Long live Somalia!" on the stage with a bunch of Somalians. But ultimately, you're not Somali, mate, and so you're not going to compete with this, are you?
We should make dua for him and pray for him. I understand that our Somali communities are all connected to each other here in Minnesota and back home, and I ask for your support. There's always been a link between our community here as well as back home, and I'm running to bridge that gap and unite all of us and represent all of us, because when we succeed here, we succeed everywhere, and I'm hoping to do that just.
So home is not America.
I picked up on that. Home is in Somalia.
Yes.
It's not in...
Not his home, obviously. He's not living there, God forbid. He's over here. Well, over in America, I should say.
So poor Jacob Frey did all that pandering, and it didn't matter.
No.
Because he's not Somalian. Well, I'm shocked.
Yeah. It's a remarkable outcome. I personally did not see this coming whatsoever.
I thought the Jewish guy was just going to dominate Somali politics for decades.
And so, look at me. I am your mayor now. This is what it's come to.
And the fascinating thing about his little speech there, it was all about shipping resources back to Somalia. You know, when he says support for back home, you know, first of all, by home he doesn't mean Minneapolis.
No, he means Mogadishu.
And by support he means money. It's how can I send white people's money from Minneapolis to Somalia. That was what he was saying. And
white Democrats are like, sure, we'll vote for you. Here's our wallets. Yeah, absolutely that. Absolutely that. So he also, but one of the remarkable things about it, I do feel like this picture was probably his exact face when the results came in. It really does seem like that. So yes, this new kid on the block is Omar Fateh. which is just how I'm going to pronounce the surname. I'm not really that interested. So let's talk about some of his ideas, shall we, if he has any. With Donald Trump back in the Oval Office, the progress towards equity and justice that our communities have worked so hard to create is in jeopardy. Mayor Frey has said that our approach to fighting Trump is extreme. He's wrong. The only way to stand up to Trump and his posse of unelected billionaires is to create a city that is radically inclusive and stands up for those who are most at risk. I am running for mayor so that we can do that work together. So it's the exact same rhetoric as Mamdani in New York. It's about Trump-proofing this city against the larger wishes of the US electorate, who have, of course, put Trump in a place of federal authority, right, in the government. But we're going to carve out this little commune for ourselves in Minneapolis. No, we're not going to allow... Well, it says here, whether it's for an immigration raid or not, our residents deserve a mayor that will stand up to Trump and say, no, not in our community. So to try and keep out ICE, raids in Minneapolis as well. Which, I'm just saying, sounds like treason to me.
So I'm probably a bit out of date on this, but my picture of Minneapolis probably goes back to the 80s, when it was quite famous for having like quite a lot of Nords, like Norwegians and Swedes living there. But I guess that picture must be out of date now. My 80s view of Minneapolis was not lots and lots of Somalians.
Well, I hesitate to correct you live on air, Dan, but I think your bigotry is showing a bit, because Somalians can be Scandinavians too.
Yeah, yes, you are quite right. Yes.
Is this Ilhan Omar territory as well? Is she up there?
Well, she is Somalian, but in what?
No, I mean, isn't her seat up in that part of the world? Or is she more Michigan? Is she? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think
I can't remember actually. Anyway,
but
doesn't matter.
That's all right.
Doesn't really matter.
He also. Was a remarkable one as well. On public safety, if I can find it, there we go. He goes on to say that Minneapolis residents want a mayor whose bold and transformative approaches to public safety will end the cycle of the Minneapolis Police Department's violence and brutality that has held our city captive for many years. So presumably, like Minneapolis, like Judge Dredd style.
Yeah.
Just going around just murdering minorities.
Yeah, Ilhan Omar is Minnesota.
Right, okay.
Right.
Well,
so it's truly an East African enclave.
It has the largest concentration of Somalians of any state.
Yeah, if you'd asked me in the 90s where there would be an East African Somali enclave in the United States, could be anywhere, where do you think it would be?
Yeah, I
wouldn't have guessed Minnesota.
No, it's just...
Oh yeah, I would not have thought. And isn't it really cold there a lot of the year, like massive snowdrifts and stuff?
Yeah, that was my image of it as well.
The Scandies went there.
Because it's near the frozen wastelands of Canada, isn't it? So yeah.
Okay. But no, the police department's been holding the city captive for many years. Has it?
So exactly the same sort of rhetoric that you were talking about in the last segment, Dan. This entire philosophy, he goes on to say that what we're going to do is invest in upstream solutions to reduce crime that results from poverty and lacking access to mental health care, housing, public spaces, and presumably youth centres as well. Some other causes of crime not mentioned here, but I thought I'd include them are fatherlessness, differences in cultural behaviour, and a lack of deterrent, I would suggest, were real things that might...
It's funny how this narrative about crime is caused by poverty or lack of mental health care or lack of youth centres. When we go back and look at example of, so I don't know, the Great Depression, massive spike in poverty, no availability of mental health, no provision of whatever else, and yet the crime levels basically remain static. It's almost as if crime is a function of the people who are in an environment rather than things like crime. Things like poverty, because when you move those factors, when you make a certain ethnic community more or less prosperous, it seems to have very little effect on crime levels. It seems more innate than that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the amount of money you've got in your bank account. If it drops below a certain amount, you immediately start doing crime.
Yes.
If it goes above a certain threshold, you stop doing crime.
Yes.
People don't. The world reality. It doesn't. Yeah, that argument, that whole argument that you always get from lefties,
and interesting,
so retarded.
I mean, different groups, communities, tend to have the same crime levels, irrespective of whether they're a multi-millionaire NBA player or in the hood. You know, the crime, the individual propensity to crime seems to carry. You know, even there's a lot fewer of the very rich, they still commit crime at an elevated rate. So it's, you know, maybe it's not youth centres or poverty.
Well, I tell you what, if he becomes mayor and he implements his plans, we'll reassess the crime rates and we'll see how.
Well, maybe his approach will work. Yes, I don't want to prejudge.
Well, we'll come back to this if he wins. Obviously, as you can see here, a lot of Americans celebrating his victory.
In the building that they built.
In the building that they built, their ancestors built.
Yes.
Are we going to mention the physiognomy?
You can mention.
You
have something to say about the physiognomy.
Which Lord of the Rings
rarely lies,
character?
does it? That starving
Are you
Marvin.
going to draw the comparison to?
Perhaps we shouldn't go into any detail. But
Maybe not.
I mean, come on.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please. So, but obviously he's not mayor yet. He does have the endorsement of the affiliated Democratic branch, so he will get their support, their funding for his campaign going forward. But Frey's not giving in. He's dogged.
City, Fateh's endorsement in Minneapolis has made national headlines. In the absence of a primary here, the endorsement provides crucial support for Fateh, but doesn't mean he will automatically beat Mayor Jacob Frey, who is running for a third term.
That kind of experience matters.
Saying the election should be decided by our entire city and not by a handful of delegates, Frey is pushing forward to November. But in an appeal to the state party asking for an expedited review of Fateh's endorsement, Frey's campaign claims hundreds of votes were missing or uncounted in mayoral balloting at the convention on Saturday because of flaws in a new electronic voting system used by delegates.
I have never witnessed anything as poorly run.
Mike Erlinson, a delegate and former...
So I'm not gonna investigate at all. I am simply going to assert that it is the most secure election ever. I just know it.
Well, that's what the Democrat Party has been telling us for a long time, so I'm inclined to believe them
You can trust those electronic voting machines.
You can.
Yes.
You can. We've heard it long enough by now.
Yes.
And also countries like Eritrea, Somalia, Sudan, they would people like that, as a general rule, broadly speaking, would never engage in electoral fraud of any type.
No.
It's not really in their DNA to do such things.
Yes.
So, you know.
Well, so I could
don't think that.
No.
Whatever you do.
I wish I could tell you like the breakdown of this vote by women, you know, race, ethnicity, all these sorts of things. I don't have that data.
The only thing I'm confused about, though, is that going on Jacob Frey's prior statements, surely it would be better for the Jewish people of Minnesota to have a Somalian mayor.
How do you figure that one?
Well,
what do you mean?
Well, I mean that's sort of where his rhetoric is going, isn't it? You know, he's very subservient to that population. I mean, it must be because they're better.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So you know, you make your bed.
But it's a tale as old as time, isn't it? That, you know, with someone like Frey, you can call for the Islamic prayer, you can cry at George Floyd's funeral, you can embarrass yourself doing a Somalian dance, right, with a weird microphone, and none of it will matter because the Somali diaspora is loyal to its own.
Yeah, he's in the wrong tribe,
right,
as far as they're concerned.
And that's all it comes down to. That's all it comes down to. So I'm not going to say that, you know, the Somalians have given Omar this win, because there is not enough of them to fully just hand it to him. But I definitely think there are plenty of white liberals in Minneapolis who were more than happy to be useful idiots and hand this to an even more lunatic socialist.
I say bring Jesse the body back. Get him out of retirement. Used to be a Navy SEAL, didn't you know?
What, get him to be mayor?
Yeah.
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 All right.
If he knows the territory, doesn't he?
Sounds better. Sounds better. So yeah, but look, it comes down to this thing that Americans constantly talk about the fact that the demographics of Europe are not doing so well. But I don't see anywhere near enough attention within Republican circles talking. It started to get a bit more with people like Pasoviak and even, what's his name? Charlie Kirk's been starting to talk about it. But it's like, it's getting late, right? The hour's getting really late for you, America. And if you don't acknowledge the fact that with places like New York that are giving you Mamdani, and with the fact that you've got places like California, which are literally being annexed by Mexican loyalists, and now Minnesota becoming a carve-out for the Somalians that you've just allowed to stream in there for decades now, you're going to lose your country. You're going to lose your country. And so, look, I've no faith in Trump that he's going to sort this now, but it's something that's going to have to be top of your priorities in the future.